So I don't think people understand how easy it is to draw a realistic bubble. First, outline a circle. And I say outline because I can't draw a circle. Then you draw 4 slightly rounded rectangles. Once those are done, draw some lines on the inside. It's okay if they're ugly. With some white paint, fill in the tips of the rectangles. Add in some random dots here and there. Bestie, I know you can draw dots. Add in a small highlight on the outline, and boom, bubbles. Hey everybody, it's Ray here. Enjoy the compilation that you're about to see. Don't forget to follow my main channel, TikTok account, and of course YouTube Shorts. Enjoy the compilation and happy drawing, guys. Bye. Trees are one of the easiest things to paint. If you can dot the letter Z and swipe the brush, you already can do it. First, mix some paint with water. I happen to be using this color with the weirdest name in the world. Anyway, with your fan brush, you're gonna dot the letter Z going upwards, making the Z pattern smaller as you go up. Then fill in the empty areas with swipes and plops of paint. You can fill it in as much or as little as you want. Lastly, draw a line for the tree trunk, and boom, just like that, the easiest tree you're ever gonna paint. I don't think most people realize there's a better way to use crayons. Normally, you use crayons like this and you get that crayon texture. You know what I'm talking about. Instead, I'm gonna have you use your finger, a coin, literally anything that scratches. I'm using this thing for pottery. I don't know what it's called. Press really hard with the crayon. Just pack it in there. Make a really thick coating of crayon. Don't accidentally break the crayon. From there, you're gonna lightly scrape it off. It's messy, but it's satisfying. And boom, just like that. It looks so much cleaner, so much nicer, a little bit more professional. Happy drawing, guys. Hey guys, so I'm going to show you guys how to draw with bleach. I know that sounds crazy, but it looks really, really cool. So here we go. The first thing I'm going to do is start sketching out my design with either a white colored pencil or a chalk pastel. I'm going to get a little bit of bleach in a cup and be careful not to get it on your skin because it's bleach. Then I'm just going to slowly start going over all the white lines that I created and slowly start building up all the little lines in the design. And if you want it to be brighter, just go over it a bunch of times. Then I messed up, so I am going to go in with a black marker and start cleaning it up, making it look a little less ugly than it was. And I waited for it to dry, which was about 30 minutes. And here we go. Here's the final design. Really happy with it. Good luck, guys. So I don't think people realize how easy it is to draw a realistic looking eye. First, draw an oval that's kind of pointed at the edges. Then draw a circle in the oval. Then draw another circle in the circle. And another circle on top of that circle. Fill in the pupil completely black. Make a line a little bit higher than halfway through the eyeball, lightly color it in, get a Q-tip, and blend it out. I know this part seems kind of hard, but you can do it. Bestie, I believe in you. If you're feeling a little extra today, get a white colored pencil, fill in the third circle, a little bit on the bottom, a little on the sides, and boom, just like that, a realistic looking eyeball. Good luck, happy drawing, and follow for more. So here's the best art hack that I've ever found. Usually with cheap paint, it comes out very watery, and whenever I go to use it, it comes out streaky, blotchy, and it kind of dries uneven, which I'm just not a fan of. So the secret solution is cornstarch. The instructions are super easy. All you're gonna do is open that bad boy up and try not to spill it all over the place like somebody else I know. Then you're just gonna get a little bit and oh my god, I spilled it again. One mental breakdown later, you're gonna mix it up until you get the consistency of pudding. You're gonna use it just like regular paint and boom. Just like that, you can see a huge difference in the opacity, the texture, and just all around it comes out thicker and a little bit nicer. Happy drawing and follow for more. So I don't think most people understand how crazy easy it is to draw realistic water droplets. First, trace a circle. It's okay if it looks bad. Then with the charcoal pencil, draw a crescent moon on the inside and the outside and the inside again, but this time make it white. Get a Q-tip and blend it all out. Really get in there. Don't think about it, just do it. Clean your edges. They're gonna need it. Get some white paint, make an exclamation mark, and boom, just like that, water droplets. Happy drawing, guys, and follow for more. So I don't think people realize how easy it is to draw a tree. If you can draw a squiggly line and the letter Y, you're already halfway there. First step, large squiggly line. Then medium squiggly lines attached to the large one. Then on the medium squiggly lines, add smaller squiggly lines. And on those small ones, add even smaller ones. You know you're done when your hand starts to cramp up. Then you're gonna thicken up the first squiggly lines that we put down, and then boom, tree. Here's how to make your own DIY watercolor paint booklet like this one for free. First, get a piece of paper. Ideally, it would be watercolor paper, but honestly, any paper will work. Then cut them up into little squares. And let's avoid the fact my squares look like atrocities. Then you just staple them together like a little book. Then get some watercolor pencils. They could be any watercolor pencils that you like. And you're gonna scribble them kind of hard on the pieces of paper. And once you get the colors that you like, wet it just like normal watercolor. And just like that, you have your own watercolor book. The moon is like the easiest thing to draw. If you can scribble and erase, you're already halfway there. On a black sheet of paper, you're gonna trace a circle. And I say trace because I can't draw a circle. Then Then with a white chalk pencil, I'm going to fill in I forgot the name, the circle. Then you're gonna blend around the edges, feather it out a little bit, you know the drill. Now I'm gonna have you lightly erase anywhere on the moon that's not covered by a piece of paper until you get something like this. Then you're gonna get some anger out, do some stabbage on the paper. If you wanna get real fancy with it, throw in some big stars just to make it look realistic, and boom, just like that, you have the moon. Guys, I just found out that you can erase a highlighter. Let me show you how. Cut this lemon. Get a piece of paper. If I could ever get it out. I'm gonna write down my name, Ray, let that dry. Then I'm gonna put a little bit on a Q-tip. I'm only gonna do it in one shot, that way you guys can see for yourselves. And here's the final result. It's pretty neat, guys. Hey TikTok, today I'm gonna show you the best art supplies you can get at Dollar Tree. First up, we have the Ink Soft Script Mechanical Pencil. These are sturdy and the eraser is amazing. These Sharpie felt tip pens in ultrafine, ooh, they work so good for fine lining. You get 40 pencil top erasers, which these always come in handy, so I always buy these. These Crafters Square Artist Palettes in a 6-pack are so good. Hobby Lobby sells these exact ones for like triple the price, so always check your Dollar Tree. These name brand Crayola pencils, they have the classic and the pastel. And lastly, they have all these canvases in so many different sizes. Happy drawing, guys, and let me know if you guys want part 2. TikTok, today I'm going to show you guys how to extend the life of your teeny tiny little pencils. Let's do this. So first you're going to get an old marker like so. You're going to take out the tip of the marker like this. You can rinse it out and wait for it to dry, but I'm lazy. You're going to put some tape on the end of the colored pencil to make it a little bit thicker. So basically something like this. Oh, something like this. You just pop it in like this. And boom, you got your own DIY pencil extender. Hey guys, I'm back with another mini art tutorial, and today I'm going to show you guys how to properly darken your yellow paint. So here we go. Now usually with most colors, you just add in a little bit of black to your color and you get the darker version. So we have the red, add in a little bit of black, and we get the darker version. But if you try to add yellow and black together, you get green, which is not cool. That's not the color we want. So instead of using gray or black, you are gonna mix, where is it? You're gonna mix with a brown color. So we have the yellow, we have the brown, and together it makes a beautiful, beautiful dark brown. Good luck, guys, and happy painting. TikTok, today I'm gonna show you an easy way to get your cheap colored pencils to look like they're expensive colored pencils. Nobody has to know we're broke. So first we're gonna do a swatch with just like the regular Crayola, nothing done to it. Something like that. And then you're gonna get water in a cup. This is my paint cup, that's why it's so nasty. Now we're gonna give him a bath for maybe about 3 to 5 minutes, whatever you prefer. Now we're gonna take him out, dry him off. And now that we broke down the first layer of wax, check it out. Boom. Happy drawing, and let me know if you guys want part 2. So recently, I bought paint that's 100 years old. This paint is watercolor paint from the early 1920s, and when I opened it up, surprisingly, it was in decent condition. I could see what most of the colors were, but some of them are just so old and rotted, it was hard for me to see what color they were. Specifically this guy, he was covered in gunk and God knows what else. But yeah, I really want to see if it's still usable at this point because it's just so old. And surprisingly, the colors actually worked really, really well still for being 100 years old. And here's what they look like dry. They're absolutely stunning. So recently, I bought 90-year-old Crayola crayons, and when I opened them, most of the colors were in pretty decent condition, except for these 2 colors. They were literally rotting, and I couldn't even tell what one of the colors even was. And even more weird, the green color was separating from the yellow color, which I didn't even know was possible. And compared to modern-day crayons, they've pretty much stayed on brand for the past 90 years. Love that for them. And when I started to use them, they actually worked better and smoother than regular crayons. And here's what all the colors look like. They're absolutely incredible. So recently, I bought $800 Gucci coloring pencils. They came in a roll case packaging that's really fun to pop open. And I love all the little details that the pencils came with. There's a total of 40 colors, including a gold and a silver because of course there is. They kind of reminded me of Crayola colored pencils, so I thought I would compare the two and see if there's any big difference. But it turns out that they worked and looked pretty much the exact same, maybe even Crayola being a little bit better. So I don't think these are worth the money. I think I'll just stick with Crayola. This is every single paint that I own. I thought it'd be fun if I challenged myself to use every single paint in one single painting. So let's do this thing. Starting off, I'm going to use a special canvas so I can start off with my watercolor, which is all in this bucket right here. And this is by far the fastest time-lapse video I've ever done, but I really want to show you guys that I use literally every single paint. Once I finish my watercolor, it's time to move on to my acrylics. For my acrylic, I had 3 full buckets of just pure paint that I had to work through, but surprisingly, it went by the quickest out of all of them. By the way, check out this gold paint. I am absolutely obsessed. Now that the acrylic is done, it's time to tackle all of my oil paints. This one took the longest because I had to thin each one out with paint thinner. Love that for my lungs. And here's the final result. It took me 3 days and a total of 564 paints. Full video on my YouTube channel. Okay, bye.